Oh, well, we'll record this first. We'll record the next page. Okay, so we have a few more vocabulary words we're going to talk about. So we're talking about special in our circle world. Today we're talking about special circle relationships. And the first one we're talking about today is central and inscribed angles. So those are the things we're dealing with today. So we are going to define those, of course. So I'm going to kind of try and have the picture here so I can define it. So a central angle is an angle at the center of a circle with endpoints on the circle's circumference. Okay. So what that looks like, a central angle here, here's the center of my circle. So this angle right here that I'm doing in purple here, this angle is called a central angle. I just totally spelled central wrong. Wow, I am doing good today. Central angle. Okay? Questions on what a central angle looks like? Whoever has your music on or your TV show that you're watching on your computer over there, turn it off or down. Okay, and then we have an inscribed angle is an angle made from points sitting on the circle's circumference. Okay, so if I look at my picture, this is a point here on the circumference, point on the circumference, point on the circumference. So inscribed angle, all the points of my angle touch the edge of the circle. Okay, so central angle, the vertex is the center of my circle. Inscribed angle, all of it, so this is my inscribed angle. Okay, questions so far? Are we okay? Can you tell the difference between a central angle and an inscribed angle? Pretty easy. Okay, central angle comes from it's pretty easy, right? Central angle comes from the center of the circle. That's where my vertex is. Inscribed angle, the vertex on the circle. Okay? And then the last vocabulary word is an intercepted arc. And it's the part of the circle when I like where a line or part of a circle formed, sorry, I guess it shouldn't say where, formed, I need to have another word in there, that's right, it looks wrong, formed when a line or lines cut across it. So here, if I'm looking at my picture again, here from this point, this is a line, right? These are lines. And here's my other two line. So this arc right here is called my intercepted arc, and I cannot spell, and I tried to squeeze it in there, sorry. Intercepted arc. Because it's the arc that's contained in the angles. Okay? By the way, if you guys can't tell, these are not my notes, right? I got them from Miss Gilpin this morning. When have I ever actually made you write down definitions? Right? I know. I always usually have them typed out for you, right? I know. Okay. So here's the relationships, and this is how they are. This is how they're related. The measures of a central angle and an intercepted arc are the same. Which means if this measure of this angle was, let's say 50 degrees. That means this arc here measures 50 degrees also. They're the same. Okay, so if I know the central angle, I know the intercepted arc, how much it measures. Okay? Does that make sense? Are we okay? Great. The measure of an inscribed angle is half of the measure of the central angle. So if this angle is 50 degrees, what's this angle measure? What's half of 50? 20, yeah, there you go, 25. Okay? Thus, the measure of an inscribed angle is half of the measure of an intercepted arc. Right? So it's also half the inscribed arc. Is there any questions on that? Right? Pretty easy? Okay, so let's see if we can do that. So we're going to find out what the question mark is, right? It says find the intercepted angle, indicated angles or arc measure. So if my central angle is 61 degrees right here, what's the measure of this arc? Yeah, 61 degrees. Boom. Nice. Because they're the same, right? So on B, here we go. If I know this arc measures 160 degrees, what's the measure of my central angle? 160 degrees. Pretty easy, right? Not too bad. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit harder. Just a tad. We're going to get a tad harder. Okay? Okay, now I have an inscribed angle. Okay? And my inscribed angle is 40 degrees. 40 degrees. So what does my arc measure? Okay, Jonathan. Thank you. Oh. So look at my picture we have here, right? So we have this example right here, right? If my arc here is 50, yes. This angle, and I'm going to highlight it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This angle has to be half of this arc, right? So if this angle is 40, that means this arc is 80 degrees. Nice, yeah? So, a little harder. If my arc is 190 degrees, whew, that's a big arc. What's the measure of this angle? I think I need to get out my calculator for this one. Okay, got it.
No.
Look at the example, right? Is the arc bigger than the angle or the angle bigger than the arc?
The arc is bigger than the angle.
So what do I need to do to get the angle? by, what am I dividing by? How did I get from here, from 50 to 25? What did I do? No, I didn't subtract. I divided by something. What did I divide by? Or I can look at my definition. What do I do when I cut something in half? What do I divide by? When I cut something in half, what do you divide by?
2.
What's half of 4? Hold on, I'm gonna let. What's half of 6?
3.
What's half of 8?
4.
What's half of 10?
5.
So what did I divide by to get each of those numbers? 2. So when I cut something in half, I'm dividing by 2. So now what am I gonna do to get my angle? Is 95. Beautiful. 95. And that's most of your homework, by the way. They're going to give you an arc length and have you either find the central angle or the inscribed angle. Okay? That's most of the homework. All right? The other part of the homework is this next piece. And it's just being able to actually label angles. Just to make sure, because Delta Math labels things by 3 letters, and we just want to make sure that you can do this. So it says, for some of our upcoming practice, we will need to be able to name and identify angles. Shade each angle on the diagram. I don't know what she means by that, but we're going to figure it out. So it says HAC. So I'm going to find H, right? And then, just in case you don't remember, this middle letter here, whatever the middle letter is the vertex of my angle. So I'm going to find H, and then I'm going to go to A, and then I'm going to go C, and I'm just going to kind of go like this. H, A, C. So this is my angle here, HAC, is E, right? And then we're going to find, what's the next one we're going to find? F, C, F, C, D. Yep. And then we're going to find D, DFC, right? Oh, no, DFE. DFE. That angle. Woo. And then they want you to find, what do they want us to find next? Oh, E, D, F. E, D, F. That one. Does that make sense, you guys? How we find the angles? Pretty easy, not too bad. Okay, and then GFC. GFC. So GFC is that one. And then my last one is going to be KC. Oh, no. Okay, where did I get K from? Mylanta. BCA. BCA. That one there. Okay? So you have a few problems on Delta Math where you have to identify angles like this also. I don't know how you have to find it, what you have to do to find them on Delta Math, but you do have to find it like that. And that's your assignment today. Not too bad? When you get done with your assignment today, work on your freaking missing work. Some of you have a ton of it. Some of you have a 0% in my class. You either have an A or you have an F. There's like no in between in this class. Get some work done. Yes? Please and thank you. It's greatly appreciated if you could